you're going to see happening here. These four lads are the All-Ireland champions of the Irish Vintage Scene Ferguson 20 building competition, which involves four teams from different parts of Ireland: Ballygawley and Tyrone, Inishowen and Donegal, Montbellew in County Galway, and these lads are from Bloomfield in County Cork. And the other three teams that I mentioned there have been at this for a few years, but these four lads started at this in June or in March of last year, so they haven't been that long at it. And when the All-Ireland final took place in Cavan last 2 months ago, they won the All-Ireland final in 6 minutes and 10 seconds. The previous year the champions were Donegal and they done it in 10 minutes. So these lads have really put the gauntlet down to the other teams, and they've got a lot of experience over the last couple of months. They do bills all over the country for charity, particularly I suppose around their own hometown in Cork. There's one man watching the event here at the moment he's known locally in Cork as Snotty, and he was on holidays there recently, and I believe the tractor was built in his pub while he was gone. So the lads took the tractor apart outside the pub, carried it in bit by bit and reassembled it in the lounge. And while the publican himself was on holidays in Spain, he got a picture of it by text to show him what was in his pub while he was gone away. So you can just imagine that the sort of fun that we have doing this. I saw this myself 4 years ago for the first time, and it was Ballygawley that were doing it at the time. And they done it in a time of 22 minutes, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I thought this was fantastic to do this thing in 22 minutes. So, as editor and owner of Irish Vintage Scene magazine, I took on the sponsorship of it, and we set up a challenge now where we have 4 teams. And in that 4 years, every team has won the title or won the championship at different times, and we brought the time down to, these boys are at 6 minutes 10. Now, for the last 2 minutes, while you were listening to me, there's a lot of bits gone in there together. As you can see, the tractor is looking like a tractor now from all the bits that were on the floor. In normal competition, they're just putting in the water there. In normal competition, that bottle would be full of water, and it's just this weekend they're not putting any water or oil into the tractor to try and keep their work area clear. They're going to do the build 5 times today, done it 4 times last night, a few times tomorrow and a few times Sunday. So we're trying to keep the work area as clear as we can. So they're not putting in water, but in reality the water and oil would go in. The Wavin pipe you see over on the other side is used for the oil. That'll be filled with the oil and it's poured in. So they are doing it exactly as they would do it in competition. In the competition, you can find out all the rules of the competition. You can watch all the previous bills on the website, which is ferguson20bill.com. And in the competition we have a number of rules, and there is a referee that will check the tractor after the build, once the build is complete. The lads are having, you see the lads having a few chats there, they're telling each other what to do. It is a big team effort. You know, when one person needs a lift with something that's heavy, there's always somebody there to give them a lift. The other teams, they all have different ways of building it. These lads seem to have a very unique way. There's never one fella working on top of the other, even though the tractor isn't that big, but they're never on top of each other. There you see the first wing going on. We're doing great here. It's 3 minutes 43 since the start of this, so they're doing very well. Obviously the residence bar in the Four Seasons has had no effect on them. First wheel going on here. This is often where there's a bit of time lost or gained here, is where the wheels are going on. It may not be as easy just to lift the wheel up and get it aligned, and you'll always find that there's only one fella per wheel. The lads are working on something else. The battery's going in up the front there, so we're advancing fairly well. For the people on the far side, the back end is all done, the lifts are done, the PTO shaft is currently being tightened, diesel tank is going on up front. The tractor will work normally the tractor will work after the competition, you know, so we've done this build in Ballygawley in County Tyrone, and the tractor has gone out afterwards and ploughed in the field. It's important that the tractor, one of the rules of the competition is that the tractor is totally original, you know. You can hear one of the lads giving them a bit of encouragement there. When we run the competition, which is the tractor building challenge, front wheels are going on here now. This is going to be a very fast time. We're at 4 minutes 57 there, lads. Come on, keep it going. when we run this competition in the Tractor Building Challenge, we will have the 3 or 4 teams lined up beside each other, so you can imagine that you would be looking at this 3 times multiplied, and each county will have their own following. And since the Cork lads have joined, the Cork flag will be flying and the Galway flag will be flying and the Donegal flag, and there's a good bit of cheering, and it really is lively, and that's why often in competition it's done faster, because the lads are driven on, you know. Here is the seat going on, and you hear a bit of commentary from behind here. That's Tyg, their manager. He gives them some directions as well, you know. Obviously he doesn't get involved. It's a 4-man effort on all the teams. We're at 5:46 and we're going to break a record here, folks. They're going to break their own record if it starts. Right, there's always a little problem, especially it's cold this morning. It hasn't been started today, so last night on all the builds they done, it started first time. So they're going to give it another go. Here we go, folks. Well done. 6 minutes and 8. I really think that was probably their fastest time ever. They would have had that finished in under 6 minutes there. It didn't start. We've done it 5 or 6 times last night. It started the first time, so, and later on they might leave it running for a while now to warm it up. Well done. Give them your appreciation, please. Thank you. It's on again at 5:30, 6:30.